Hello, friends, and welcome back to Emily's Game. We are talking about CCUs today. Not specifically the Guardian, but I'm going to use the Guardian as an example. Today is May 19th. It is the Invictus launch week for 2955, and the Guardian just came out. The Guardian MX. So it's an expensive ship. I am going to get it. I have not yet gotten it, but I don't want to pay the full price for it. Now, as a lot of you know, I collect CCU chains, or CCUs to make CCU chains. So I decided, instead of buying this like I normally would, I'm going to CCU chain to it to try and save some money. Now, I've learned a few things, so hopefully I don't lose you on this. When you buy Warbond CCUs and you put them in your buyback, so you melt them and buy them back later, you lose that Warbond money. So I've learned that recently. So I'm going to show you the process. I'm going to show you what I do to do this, where the savings is, and how long it takes to do. It's really not difficult. It is a little tedious, but just follow along. And if you have any questions, leave them in the description below, and then we'll go from there. If you're not familiar with what a CCU chain is, you can see CCUs when you go to the other tab and go to ship upgrades. When you pick a ship, and I'm going to use the victim here, the Guardian MX, there's two options for the Guardian today. Now, normally there would only be the one option, the 290, right? So I don't want to buy the 290 CCU. I want to buy the Warbond CCU. So when it says two options available, it either means that it's the subscriber ship of the month or it's on Warbond. And we know that it's on Warbond this month because of this. And, well, or not this month, today. So the Warbond edition saves you $20. So we call that a $20 CCU. So I'm going to select that. Now I need a ship to go from. So if you pick all ships, now you can pick your ships if you want to just do an upgrade from your ship to the other ship. That is totally fine. There's a little savings there, not much. You lose your original ship, you gain the new ship, but you have this huge gap in between of potential savings that you would be missing out on. Now, my ships, I can pick my Star Runner and go to it. That'd be cool. I could upgrade my Star Runner to the Guardian. I don't want to get rid of my Star Runner, so that's not going to work for me. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at all ships. This includes ships outside of my hangar. The Vanguard Warden is the first ship in the list to get you to the Guardian MX for $10, right? We're saving $20 off of it. It's a $10 cost to get there. You save $20 in total, right? So I did get me one of these, but when I built my chain, I learned that the Starlancer Max is the best option for me. So if I search for the Starlancer Max 250, it's a $20 cost for me. But the reason it's a better option for me is because I don't have anything leading up to the Vanguard Warden. So, and I want to get this today. Now, I use the CCU Game app, as most people do. Right? You build your ship out. Now, I'm not going to show you how to build the ship out. I'll do that in another video. This is just to show you the process for making the savings. When I threw in one of my current, what we call an LTI token, it's a starter ship with LTI, with lifetime warranty, and I selected that, and then I put the MX as my target ship, and then it created this chain. As you can see, I was missing this and this. So what I did was I bought those, and now I'm going to refresh it. All right, now as you can see, I have everything in my hangar now. Now here's the kicker for me. When I put some of these ships into buybacks and bought them back, I lost my savings. So fair warning, don't plan to buy these and throw them in your buybacks to buy them back later, because you don't get the savings. You end up paying the full price for what the CC would have cost. All right. So where there's no green in this line is where I did not save. So just so you know, these could have been potential savings. I like to see these all green when I do these, but I didn't. So today I'm going to get the Guardian for $105 off the $290 price. So I'm going to save $105. And it's only going to cost me $185. The alternative is to pay the full price. So there you go. Now, you can do this with store credit, but you don't have any savings when you do it because war bonds are not purchasable with store credit. So just FYI, those of you that like to spend the money, this is how you do it. All right, so we're going to use this to complete our chain. So I'm going to bring this window over here. I'm going to pull this window up. Now, some of you might look at this window and say, Emily, I don't have that screen. Where did you get that screen? That screen is crazy. It's awesome. You can search. It shows you different things. I'm not going to show you some things in there. But this is great because you got a lot more options here. I use what's called Star Citizen Hangar Explorer, Xplorer. It works in Chrome. I believe it works in other web browsers, but I use it in Chrome. So this is a valuable tool if you have a large hangar like mine and you like to save money with the war bonds, the CCUs, etc. We are starting with, let's see if I can get these on both screens. I don't know if I can. I can, kind of. So my first ship is the Atlas Geo. Right, Atlas Geo to a 325. Okay, it's blocking my search there. So I want to go to my upgrades or my CCUs. And I didn't say it before. CCU stands for cross chassis upgrade. So you're changing one chassis to another. First thing in the list is Atlas Geo to 325A. There it is right there. I'm going to pick it. I'm going to apply upgrade. I'm going to pick one of these. I'm going to do 0815. Now, write that down. Trust me. It is good to know which one you did when you have as many things in your hangar as I do, because it will drive you nuts. It'll drive me nuts. Maybe not you. All right, you enter your password. Password is 8675309. So now I have a 325A. So I could stop there if I wanted a 325A. I just upgraded my Atlas Geo LTI to a 325A that also now has LTI. So I don't want that ship. Our next ship in the list is 325A to Spartan. So there's a problem with the Explorer app. It doesn't refresh very quickly a lot of times. Sometimes you have to do like a control F5 to refresh it. Sometimes it's fine. It's finicky. But if it doesn't, just do a control F5. That'll clear the cache and do a refresh. It's pretty quick at that point. I really want to keep these up so you can see both of them. So I'm going to do 325A to Spartan. Now, of course, I can't see with that box there, but 325A to Spartan. There it is. Upgrade 325A fighter to a Spartan. Now, this is why I told you to write that number down. You have to pick one of these. Now, if you've got a couple of that type of ship, it's going to list a bunch of those. If you don't want to mess up another chain you got going on or another ship that you want to keep, write that number down. Like I said, sometimes you'll see that there'll be 3 or 4 of these listed as we go. So it's valuable to know which one's which. Another tip I have for you is I just got a phone call. I lost track of where I was. Literally, I have no idea where I was, so I had to go back and look. Now that I've gone back and looked, I know where I'm at. So what I did is I took a screenshot of the CCU game map so that I could do this a little better, right? So what I'm going to do is I know that I have done the Geo. I know I've done 325A. I know I've done the Spartan. So my next step is Spartan to Gladius. Now, the cool thing here is I can make that a little smaller. I can bring this over and make this a little bigger so we can see it better. Now I'm only doing this for your benefit. I do this on multiple screens when I do this, so I'm not capturing all my screens, so I'm sorry. All right, we're doing a Spartan. If I could spell Spartan to Gladius. So if you look, I got a Spartan to Gladius. Actually, I have a few because what I do is I buy several CCU chains or CCUs to make several possible chains. For example, today I have these extra CCUs that allowed me to get this Guardian MX for $105 off. All right, and again, we're gonna pick a perfect example. Which one did I start with? I know it's the Atlas Geo. I know it's 0815, but when you have a lot of them and you get distracted as you do this, it's good to know. All right, guys, in an effort to shorten this video, I am going to speed through the rest. If you have questions, leave me comments. Wait till the end. I will show you the ship that I get, and I will show you how it displays in the hangar once it's done. I have finished my chain. I have one more step to go. Add the Starlancer Mac to the Guardian MX. So I'm going to apply this. 0815. We're done. This took me 10 minutes to do. So it took me maybe 10 minutes to do. That's super simple. It's scary at first. The first time I did it, I totally screwed up. I ended up with a chip that I didn't intend to get, and you know, it wasn't exactly what I was expecting to happen, but it does take a little bit of patience, a little bit of practice. Again, write things down, because I think what I did on that first one is I picked the wrong thing and broke the ship I had. Alright guys, as you can see, there's my Guardian MX. It is in my hangar. It is an upgraded, attributed ship. As you can see, if I were to melt it or exchange it, it would be $185 to do. So that's still a lot of money. If you were to to buy a ship, the ship is $290. So I saved $105 off of that price to get me a $185 cost total. Now this total cost me that over the span of a year, because I would buy CCUs here and there and here and there, and then build those up. Now, I did the same thing with my TAC. I wasn't planning to get a TAC, but when it released, I just loved the video that came out with it. And I'm like, you know what? So when the patch dropped, I went ahead and got it because owners had access to it. So I got the ship the day the patch dropped. So I didn't have to wait till today to actually build this out. So if I were to exchange that, it'd be a $260. The TAC is a $375 ship, so I saved $115 off of that ship. And I wasn't even planning to do it. So, again, CCU chaining is effective if you like to pledge ships. It's a great way to save some money. If you have any questions on it, if you need any help with it, search me out. Leave me a comment below. Reach out in Discord. We can do some one-on-one stuff. I would be glad to help you figure this out. Guys, I love you. Don't forget to like and subscribe if this is helpful to you, and I will see you in my next episode. Take care.